Another fashion trend coming soon is going to be Shawn Kemp's shoe. You may remember Shawn Kemp from the Seattle Supersonics, and in 1988, he left UK before playing a game after he pawned 2 gold chains owned by Sean Sutton, the coach of UK, or the son of UK head coach Eddie Sutton. Now Reebok is re-releasing Kemp's custom shoe, but they're releasing them in UK colors, and they're calling it the letter of intent. Is there anything? This is sad to me, Bradley. Shawn Kemp, his career has come and gone. Cocaine problems, weight problems, everything else.
Babies.
This shoe, for people our age, I remember this shoe, and this was a cool shoe. Putting it in UK colors where he didn't even play, calling it the letter of intent, seems like a little desperate, trying to get into the Big Blue Nation market.
Yeah, he sees what Kentucky, how powerful the fans are and how much money they can bring to him. So that's what he's like, hey, look, I'm going to paint these blue. I'm going to get all the UK fans to buy them. But I don't like it. I want it to be original colors with the green and the white. It was already ugly. Yeah. Keep it ugly.
Here's what I want to know. Are you more likely to buy that Shawn Kemp shoe or something from Coach Cal's signature line of clothes?
Man, you know what? I might get both of them. I might get the shoes that match the outfit. Then I can get a headband, and we go, hey, look, I'll be official.
I would buy almost anything at this point over Coach Cal's signature line, and I don't mean to dog on Cal. I saw it actually. I put my hands on it yesterday at Cal's basketball camp. They had it for sale. It is very, it's made a lot of spandex, very soft, very. I'm trying to score points with Cal.
I'm going to go to Kroger's to get mine.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to Kroger's, give me some groceries, get a cut-off T-shirt.
Yeah, there you go, Coach Cal. It's business. It's appropriate for business wear too. If you have a job interview, I hope you don't, because I like working with you. Man, we are sidetracking quickly. Welcome back to Kentucky Sports Television. John Wall and the Washington Wizards have made it official. Wall has agreed to a 5-year, $80 million contract extension. In his first 2 seasons in Washington, the team went a combined 43 and 105, although the former UK point guard averaged 16 points and 8 assists in each of those seasons. But last year, after he missed 3 months due to a stress injury in his knee, he came back and they looked like a playoff team, so they're investing in their future. Perrin Johnson has now joined Bradley and I on the set, so we'll start with you, Perrin. Washington Wizards, is this a smart investment giving John Wall $80 million?
Well, you know, a lot of this is based on his potential because it's hard to gauge him because he had to sit out so long. His first year was the lockout year. Yeah. So it's hard to see what's going to happen with him, right now. But David Falk, Michael Jordan's agent, said he doesn't deserve that money. So there's been a big fuss in Washington because he's a Wizards season ticket holder. So we'll see what happens.
See, I believe if somebody's willing to cut you a check, you deserve it. It doesn't matter who you are. All it takes is one person to pay you, and you're worth the money. Bradley, Wall kind of changed where they were going last year. It was a huge jump. They were the worst team in the NBA. He came back and made them look like a playoff team. Good investment for them. You think he gets them to the playoffs this season?
I think they do get close to playoffs. I don't know if the playoffs, but probably close because, like I said, when he was injured, they were like 6-30 or something. I don't know what. It was something crazy. He came back. He started averaging 25 points. They started getting wins, and then all of a sudden they're getting close to the playoff, series. But right now, I think with Bradley Beal and then they get John Wall, they got a good backcourt there. Yeah. I think they probably could possibly get to the playoffs this year.
The point guard position in the East is pretty loaded. When you look at guys like even Darren Williams kind of at the bottom of it, Rondo, Derrick Rose when he's healthy. There's a whole list of them. Where does John Wall fall in that? And do you think he gets himself into the conversation over the next year or two in the best point guard?
I think he falls right up in there. He's probably in the top 5 or in that Eastern Conference, and I think that he should be talked about. John Wall will be the elite point guard that it's kind of weird because you compare him to like a Chris Paul. You're like, he's not like a Chris Paul, but he's more like a Rondo. He kind of gets everybody involved. He's very quick. He's crafty, and he gets points, And so if he works on his jumper a little bit better, I think you can probably make him to more of an elite point guard.
Perrin, what does he need to do to be that elite player?
Obviously the knock on him is be a better shooter. Yeah. But, it's funny how guys that are very explosive, they teach you to get past people because you're athletic. Yeah. But then when you make it to that level, oh, he's not a great shooter. Well, you were teaching him to be athletic and go past people his whole life. So, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like Steph Curry. Oh, he shoots the ball great. He needs to put the ball on the floor more. So, it's just all depends on who you talk to. I think you'll see a lot more from him this year because his ability is just tremendous right now.
Those people, the kids say on Twitter, they're haters. That's what they are. They're haters. All those people are haters.
Kids say.
The kids, yeah. I'm an old man now. I turned 30. CoachCal.com continued their Meet the Wildcats series, and this week, Kentucky kid Derek Willis was featured. Here's a quick preview of what Willis said about being recruited by both UK and U of L.
During the summer or something, I think when Louisville started recruiting me too, I think Kentucky was right there with them. So it was, I don't know, I think it was like junior summer, or going to be a senior. So Yeah, it was cool. Like I was going out into public and stuff, and people like would recognize who I was. Like they would be like, if it was a Louisville fan, they'd be telling me like all this great stuff about Louisville and all this stuff about Kentucky, and it was just different stuff like that. And I had to get used to that too. But I mean, just they're both great schools. They both have great traditions. You know, they've won their championships, and I was just happy to be getting recruited and having to play college ball eventually.
It's an honor to be recruited by two programs that are back-to-back champions now, Louisville and Kentucky. Perrin, when you look at Derek Willis as a kid who is not the elite one and done in this class, he's a guy that is at one point was ranked pretty highly and then has fallen some over the course of his senior year. What are your expectations for him at Kentucky, and how do you see his career progressing?
Well, it's going to be hard to say right now this year because everybody that I talk to says Julian Randle is that good. And if it wasn't for Andrew Wiggins reclassifying, Julius Randle would be the #1 overall consensus pick in the draft.
Right.
He's that tremendous. So, I mean, he's going to be backing up that guy and playing getting abused. He's going to be getting abused by that guy in practice. I didn't want to say it, but I want to say it.
He's going to be getting beat up for at least 1-2 years of practice.
And the way I look at it like this, I wish the kid the best. I'm happy for him because, that's the ultimate college decision. That's the biggest point in your life. But at the same time, I felt like he could have contributed more to U of L right away versus Kentucky. And Kentucky's bringing in guys every year. If you don't believe me, ask John Hood.
I don't want to say that sounds bitter. Sounds a little bitter.
I'm not
Are you
bitter.
mad? Are you mad?
No, I'm happy. No, you know what? I'm not mad. Like I said, I want you want the kid to make the ultimate decision that's best for him and he's happy and content with. Yeah. So if he's happy and content with going to Kentucky, I am happy for Derek Willis.
Well, he's a guy that Bradley has gotten kind of picked on by people saying he's not as good, especially locally, and his team kind of struggled in the state, or didn't make it to state. You've seen him play. We've gone out to his games. What kind of player is he, and what do you think his potential is at college, whether it's 1 year, not this season, but over the course of his career?
I think that he's obviously going to be a 4-year player, But each year he's got to learn how to – first of all, he's got to change his body up a little bit. He's got to get a little bit stronger. We know he's a pretty good shooter. He might have to work on his post moves a little bit more because he's like a 6'9", kind of in-betweener guy. Yeah. And he can probably be a better version of Cal Wilcher, because he's not really quick, but he has good footwork, decent footwork. Yeah. So I think, like you said, playing against Julius Randle every day, he's going to make him better because he's going to get dunked on, and that's going to be like, all right, I'm not going to have this anymore. Let me turn it up. So we're looking for him to maybe be impact 2 or 3 years down the road.
I think he's more athletic than Kyle Wilcher right now. His shot isn't as good, and mechanically it's kind of strange, but it goes in. And at 6'10", I mean, his hands, I'm telling you, this is weird, but like from a father's standpoint, he has big hands and big feet. Whoa. I mean, the dude may be like 7'5" when it's all said. Don't blow me on that. Come on now. He's mad over there. Come on, dry your Derek Willis tears. Let's move on.